In this video, I want to show you the step-by-step process for you to be able to take, say, a list of first name, last name, and company name, and be able to enrich using enriching technology to be able to pull in, say, for example, LinkedIn URL or how many employees they have or whatever you want. And there's different enriching tools that are available using make.com. So what is make.com? Let's go to make.com. Make.com is a no-code automation platform that allows you to be able to tie in a bunch of different apps together. Say, for example, you want Google Sheets with some API that automatically enriches information with, let's say, for example, an email tool that sends out email, and maybe with a tool that sends it to ChatGPT that allows you to be able to enrich information based on the information that you found or whatever. So it basically brings together 1,500 apps, and you can do tons of things without any code. So today I'm going to show you how I'm able to enrich a list. So for example, I have a list here of Inc. 5000, 2023, first name, last name, company name, and website. Now these people over here, I don't have their contact information, like their email address. I don't have their LinkedIn URLs or anything like that. So I'm just going to write yes, yes. I'm just going to write yes to enrich here. And when I write yes to enrich here, if I run this automation right over here, it's this first one here is called search rows. So all it does is it goes into the spreadsheet, into the sheet, and it searches for the row that has the word yes under the enrich column. So if I go back over here, you'll see I have a column D called enrich. So I programmed this here to go and search for this. Again, no code needed. I'm also going to tell it just to return one row only. So if I have 5 of them that are there, it's only going to return 1. And so if I want to run this just to test it out, I just right-click on it. I hit Run Module Only. And then if I click on this little magnifying glass here, it'll show me that it picked up Ryan Sprass. So if I go over here just to make sure, Ryan Sprass, yes. Okay, so I'm going to write no here. I'm going to write yes just to kind of test this out, see if it picks up the next one. I'm going to right-click on this, hit Run this module only. Now it picked up the next one, David Memini or whatever. Now if I want to enrich the data, I got to use a tool that enriches the data. So I have another API over here called People Data Labs. And People Data Labs, I think, costs like 25 cents per enriching. So if I put in the first name, the last name, and the company name, it's going to provide me with the data for lots of other information. So I'm going to just hit run once and just to kind of see what happens. Okay, so it provided the data and then inserted the data and then it updated the note. So if I go back over here, you see it says enriched by PDL. That's because I was able to insert the data. So where did it insert the data? I told it to insert in a separate tab here called enrich data here. So first name, last name, company name, LinkedIn URL, email, and website. So it automatically added the LinkedIn URL and the website. But I have lots of other data points that I can insert into the sheet. So if I go into data here, I can see I have first name, last name, company name, LinkedIn URL. I have their Facebook URL. I have their Twitter. If they use GitHub, I have GitHub, their work email. I have their mobile phone here, which is really cool. I should insert mobile phone here. Industry, title. So let's get their mobile phone as well. Let's go in here. We're going to say mobile. And we're going to do title. We're going to do, what else did we say we had over there? We had their mobile phone, their title, their industry, Facebook and Twitter. Right, so we got Facebook and Twitter. So we're going to do industry, do Facebook. We're going to do Twitter. What else do we have over there? Let's check. We have all the information about their company, the last time they job, their location. So we're going to do their location. I like that. And then we're going to do last updated time, when they last updated the location. And then there's a lot of other information. So there's other emails that you can find, other phone numbers you can find about the person here, their interests, their skills, their experience, their profiles. So if there's many other profiles that it can find, it'll find all those other profiles as well, kind of list them out. Countries, regions, education, experience, a lot more. So we're just going to grab their location It also tells you when the job was verified last. So we don't need all that information. I just wonder if we have their birthday anywhere. Let's see if they have their birthday. So we have first name, last name, we have their sex, and we have their birthday. So we're going to do their their gender, and we're going to do location. So that's a good one to have. So let's go in here. We're going to type in location. We're going to do gender, and we're going to do birth month, and then birth year. Okay, so we're going to do birth month and birth year. So let's just capture that information and see if it works. How am I going to add that? I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to go into this enriching tool, and here I'm going to refresh this thing so it loads all the new column tables, all the new headers. Okay, so mobile phone. Where's the mobile phone? The mobile phone number is way up here, mobile phone. So I just literally just clicking on things. I don't have to actually do any coding or anything. I just click and I'm basically mapping all the URLs, Twitter, URL, location. We're going to grab the location down here. Now there's lots of different types of locations. I'm just going to pick the metro area that they're in. Their gender is under sex on top over here, under gender, and then birth month and birth year. I'll do birth year. Okay, so that's what we got here. I'm going to press OK. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in here, and we're going to pick another person to hit yes to enrich. So let's do yes to Ryan, and let's do yes to Yuri, just to kind of see what it does with this information. And again, I'm only passing first, last, and company name. I'm not passing website URL here. There are other tools that I can show you how to use. They're a little less expensive than this tool that allows you to also grab that also allows you to grab data, but they also require a website. In this case, I'm just doing first, last, company name. Okay, so I'm going to save this here. You see I press save. I'm going to press run once, and it's only going to pick up one. I can have it run through the whole list of 500 people, but in this case, I just told it to run once, and let's just see what it picked up here on the second spreadsheet here. Okay, so it looks like we got first name, last name, company name, LinkedIn URL, website, email, website, mobile number, title, industry, Facebook. We didn't get the Facebook, it's empty, but we got the Twitter. We got their location. We got no gender, no birth, no year. Okay, good. At least we got some pretty good information over here about the person. We got their first name, last name, company name, LinkedIn URL, and then we got some more information. Let's run it again. Let's just see what if it picks up the next one. Run it again. And let's see what it picked up. Okay, Yuri. It picked up his LinkedIn URL. Did not get this website. We already have his website, but it didn't get his website. Didn't get his mobile. Got his title. It got his industry. Got his location, and nothing else. Okay, cool. Very, very cool. So I was able to pick up all that information. Now, there are many other data enrichment tools that you can use that do this. But this is the best one that I found. It's also not so cheap. So let's take a look at what the pricing is. People. Let's look at the pricing for People Data Labs. Let's go into pricing. People plans. So you get 100 for free. And then at $98 a month, you get 350 contact records per month. So 350, I think, is like 35 cents or so. If you do annually, you get 4,200 per year. So that's like 25 cents or so. But on a monthly basis, you get 350 per month. And then you can, upgrade and pay for as many as you want. But that's really the idea. Now, there are other tools, like, for example, Snuv.io is another tool. Their pricing, they give you 1,000 credits. But they don't give you a LinkedIn URL from a first name, last name. They give you first name, last name from LinkedIn URL, and then they give you the email, but they don't give it to you the other way around. And then there's a couple of others that will give you first name, last name, company name, but they were more expensive. So these are the cheapest ones that I was able to find that give you the most amount of data. And I actually have another enrichment. Let me go into scenarios here. Let me find another enrichment from connection dashboard. Let's see. I have quite a few here that I built. Let's see. That do enrichment. Let's just see what this one looks like. Okay, this one sends it both to Snub and then also to People Data Labs. Let me go to completed automations. Enrich from connections dashboard. Oh, look at this one. Yeah. This one does Dropcontact as well. So let's see what Dropcontact. Dropcontact would need the first name, last name, company name. Probably the LinkedIn URL. But let me just see what the Dropcontact pricing is. Dropcontact. Let me see what their pricing is. Try it for free product. Let me see if I can find the pricing somewhere here. Pricing, about pricing. So if you want 1,000 for $24, it looks like 1,000 searches for $24. Okay, so they are a little bit cheaper. It's like 2.4 cents per search. So let's try Dropcontact and see what it provides us with the same exact thing. So I'll teach you how to add it. So we're going to go back into the original automation that we just had. We're going to go back to scenarios. We're going to go to this one here. And what I'm going to do is I am going to essentially duplicate this whole thing. So the way that you duplicate is you hold down the shift, you select everything, you press Control C. I'm going to go back to my home page. I'm going to go to the top right corner of the home page. I'm going to click on Create New Scenario, and I'm going to just paste everything in here. I'm going to drag this into here. I'm going to delete this module. Whoop, Control Z. Okay, let's try again. Paste. Grab this into here. I'm going to delete this module here. Delete this module here. I'm going to unlink this module by right-clicking on it, unlinking this one. I'm going to unlink this one here. I'm going to unlink this one. I'm going to right-click here. I'm going to delete this module. Oop. That did not work. Okay. Let's try this again. I'm going to drag this into here. I'm going to right-click here, delete this module. I'm going to unlink this. We're going to move this away here. We're going to add Dropcontact here. Dropcontact. I'm going to do create a contact synchronously. So with Dropcontact, I believe you first have to create the contact, and then you have to retrieve the contact a few seconds later. That's kind of like how it works. Let me just make sure. I'm going to log back in over here and just double check that, how I did that, and the completed automation. So I'm going to do scenarios, completed automations. I'm going to go into here. Yeah, so look, so over here, first I send the contact, so create a contact. This one's called create a contact asynchronous, and then get a contact. And over here, I told it to wait 60 seconds. Okay, so this is a little bit more complicated because it has to actually do the search. So let's go ahead and do that. So number one is create a contact. So I'm going to find a contact based on first name, last name, and then company name. First name, last name, and then company name. All right, and then what I'm going to do is run this module only. Errors. Scenario contains errors. Okay, let's see what the errors are. Oh, I didn't press OK on the bottom right corner here. That's why I got the error. Then I'm going to tell it to wait. I'm going to say tools, and then wait sleep for 60 seconds. And then after it sleeps for 60 seconds, I'm going to say Dropcontact, get a contact, and get the request ID of this particular contact. So let's just see. Total number of bundles. I need to find the contact ID. It's not here. Create a contact. Number of bundles, bundles order, civility. contact ID, and it's not providing me with a contact ID. Okay, let me just delete this here. I'm going to run this and see if it works. I think you have to run it once in order for it to provide me with a contact ID. What is it doing? It's doing a full circle. Oh, it gave me an error now. All right, let us see what I did over here. Did not work. All right, let us try something else. Go back in here. Oh, this is the asynchronous. I did the synchronous one. Okay, let's try the asynchronous one. So I'm going to click on this. Right click on this. I'm going to unlink this. Move this to the top over here. Click on this again. Click on drop contact. Instead of doing the synchronous one, I'm going to do the asynchronous one. I'm going to tell it first name. Pick the first name, the last name, the company name. Press OK. We're going to run this module only. Actually, we're just going to... Whose first name, last name do they get? Oh, it's not getting anybody's first name, last name because we didn't have any yeses here. Look, there are no yeses. That's why it broke. So we're just going to do author Mayerovich. Yes to author Mayerovich. That's why it didn't work before. But all right. I'm going to press run module once. And I was able to create a contact ID. You see now it has a request ID. Perfect. Now I'm going to unlink this. I'm going to drag this here. And I'm going to add a get a contact. Get a contact. We're going to pull this contact ID here. I'm going to press OK. All right, now we have this contact ID. We're going to run this module only just to test it out, see if it will pull anything. It didn't pull anything. We're going to run it again. We have to wait 60 seconds in order for it to kind of pull it. Run this module only. Try it again. It's too soon, I think. Let's see what it pulled. Try it again. Still gave me an error. How long are we waiting here? 60 seconds. I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to press delete this module here. Okay, so it's pulling this guy's name, pulling it into here, sending it to Dropcontact asynchronously, sleeping for 60 seconds. Then run this module only, it gives me an ID. I press OK, go, and now I got the contact info. You see it took some time. So I got his first name, his last name, his company name. I got his website. But I did not get his, oh, and I got his LinkedIn company page over here. But I didn't get any other information about this guy here, like his LinkedIn URL, like his own LinkedIn URL. Interesting. That's all the information that I got about this guy. All right, well, let's try somebody else. And let's see if this thing plays out fully. Let me right click on this. Let me hit delete module. Let me just connect this like that so we can actually pull the information into the spreadsheet. Okay. Let me just click this little auto align feature. So now you see everything here centered. So we got the company. Let me just going to write no. I'm going to try somebody else. Yes. Evan Horowitz from Movers plus Shakers. Let's see if Dropcontact picks this guy up here. And then we're going to drop him into... We're going to go into here and drop him into here. You see, so instead of doing this, first name, last name, company name, LinkedIn URL, work, you know, all this stuff, I'm going to delete all this because all this is not mappable because we're not pulling it from that other enriching service. So we're getting first name. Oh, look at that. We got first name. We got last name. We got company name. We got LinkedIn URL. We got email. We got website. Let's see if there's a phone anywhere. Yep, there's a phone right here. Phone. Is there a title anywhere? I'll just put job as title. Industry. I don't see industry here. Facebook. I don't see Facebook. I don't see Twitter. Location. That's civility. Probably. Gender I don't see. And I do see company LinkedIn URL. So we're going to do company LinkedIn URL. Okay, so I'm going to press OK. And then the last one over here, I'm going to say find that row and then say updated by DC, by Dropcontact. Okay, so now we got all this information. Let's just hit run module and see what happens. Now this is going to take 60 seconds over here because it just takes time. So which one did it pull up? It pulled up Evan Horowitz from Movers and Shakers. Now, if this is successful and it actually succeeds, it'll go ahead and enrich this and enrich this. Now, I need to add a filter here that says if this was not successful, if this failed, like if this failed, maybe I need to say if it fails, then try again in another 60 seconds. I can do that. Or I can just say, just mark it as failed. You know, like I can have like a router over here that basically says if it fails, do this. If it succeeds, do that. In this case, there's no filters. It's just going at it. And again, it got the first name, last name, company name, sent it to Dropcontact. It's doing its research to pull all the information together. I gave it 60 seconds. It recommends 30 seconds, but I gave it 60 seconds. Some people do like 2 minutes or whatever. But if this whole operation takes more than 5 minutes, the whole thing will fail. So you have to make sure that you're doing it within a certain period of time. Okay, so let's see what it got. Oh, look at that. It got a lot of information about the person. It even has how many employees they have. It was able to pull an email. Look at that. Oh my gosh, amazing. So, and it got his LinkedIn URL. Look at that. That's perfect. Okay, so it updated all the information. It enriched it. And let's go into the sheet just to see if it did. Look, updated by Dropcontact. And it did it. Okay, so this is a way for you to be able to do this for 1/10 of the price. If you're doing a lot of them, it's going to cost you a lot less to use Dropcontact than it is. But the data that you get from PDL, from People Data Labs, is going to be much more data that you get from there. Hopefully you found this helpful. I just walked you through step by step how I did this. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me any questions. I'm also going to include how to, I'm going to say, Enrich Inc. 500 via DC. Okay, and I'm going to save this, and I'm actually going to give you a copy of this to be able to save. So I'm going to export the blueprint right over here, and I'm going to put this blueprint inside our school community. So we have a community that we can give you all this information on, so I'll make sure to give you all that information inside the school community. Thank you for watching this. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful day. Boom.